Scholars of Ho Chi Minh City.
Scholars of Mi'uk.
Scholars of non-Ho Chi Minh City.
It's a mostly local crowd.
Okay, what about this? Non-scholars of Ho Chi Minh City. I see a lot of scholars who think that they are not scholars. What about non-scholars of non-Ho Chi Minh City? Okay, I think we've completed the logic table there.
What about parents of scholars of Ho Chi Minh City?
There we go. Well, yes, we are here today in the beautiful city of Ho Chi Minh City. And right now, first of all, let me ask, how many of you are returning scholars? Who's been to a round before? Okay. Who's been to multiple rounds before? Who here has been to 0 rounds before? Wow, a lot of new scholars.
We get to indoctrinate them.
Yes, it's so much fun. Scholars, whether you are new or returning scholar, you are probably suffering, I'm afraid to diagnose you, I know this is bad news, but you're suffering from a type of medical condition. That condition is not hunger or tiredness. I hope. Who here is hungry? Who here is tired? Scholars, neither of these are the medical conditions we believe you are suffering from. Instead, it is a medical condition that is known by doctors all around the world by its super scientific name. Confusion. You're probably wondering, who are these strange people on stage? Why are they here? Did they break into the school? Who are these strange non-people on stage? Why are they here? Did they break into the school? And why does this one have an ice cream cone on its head? Scholars.
Ice cream cone.
Yes. Please do not eat it. At the World Scholars Cup, we believe in asking lots of questions.
Questions are good.
Yes, but we do not believe that they should all be answered. So today, we will tell you who we are. We will tell you what these creatures are. We will tell you why we're here. We promise we did not break in. We have permission. And we'll tell you all about what you're going to be doing. But we will not answer why this has an ice cream cone on its head. You have to find that out for yourselves, because we don't really know either. So, we think that we should start by asking you all a question that's been asked of me, and probably you as well. Not just by my family, but by my friends, by people who are not even my friends, by flight attendants, by border officials, by Grab drivers, and everyone in between. Namely, what is this? Scholars! You must have been on a recent trip to the zoo. It's okay. Alright, he just wants to have a nap. He's tired. Scholars, you must have been on a recent trip to the zoo because you are all very wise about the animal kingdom, for these are indeed alpacas. And I'm impressed because alpacas don't come from Southeast Asia. Where do they come from? They come from South America. So, I'm afraid to say that although your knowledge is very impressive, not all scholars around the world do have the privilege of knowing what these creatures are the first time they see them. For example, me and a colleague were traveling in Nairobi Airport in Kenya, and we were going through airport security as the airport security officer looked at us and looked at the alpaca my colleague was carrying. And my colleague looked back at him. And the airport official said, I like your goat. And to be honest, we weren't really sure what to say. Were we meant to say, my goat likes you too? Were we meant to say, I like your goat?
Were we meant to say, you are a goat?
In the end, we said what you should always say to armed security guards. Yes, sir. Thank you. But that's not the only thing they've been confused for. What's the weirdest thing that your alpaca has been confused for?
I think, actually, it does happen mostly at airports. Recently, I was asked what was the name of my horse. Yes.
I think that's okay. And there have been other four-legged guesses, such as in China, someone guessed dragon. In South Sudan.
These have longer necks.
Yeah, maybe a giraffe.
More like a giraffe.
In South Sudan, someone guessed lion. But don't worry, these creatures are non-violent, unlike lions. And those are all reasonably good guesses because at least they have four legs, you know? They have some basic similarity. But we were presenting to a group of students in Jakarta, in Indonesia. And we asked, what is this creature? And we weren't really expecting them to know, right? Because alpacas aren't really very common in maritime Southeast Asia. But there was one boy that put his hand up, and he was very confident. And so we asked him, what do you think this creature is? And he said, matter-of-factly, your creature is quite clearly Pikachu. And we stared at him for a little while with our mouths sort of... And we just moved past it. But scholars, the only similarity I think is the color. But I think that's not even the worst thing they'd be confused for. Do you know what the worst thing they'd be confused for is? And I don't know what it is about airports and airplanes that seem to make people weird when it comes to alpacas. Thank you. But a scholar was traveling back from the final event of the season, and they were holding an alpaca in their arm, sitting on a plane, and the lady next to them struck up conversation, and they started talking. And after a while, the lady said, your penguin is so cute.
Penguin.
Penguin. And to this day, I do not understand how one can confuse a four-legged mammal
I hope it was a black one.
with a two-feeted winged bird. The only thing that they have in common is that they can't fly. Except this one was in an airplane, so they don't even have that in common. But anyway, scholars, we are glad that you know what these are because they are actually the mascot of the World Scholars Cup.
Is there, as many times as I've been here, I haven't thought to ask, is there a word for alpaca in Vietnamese? Did you say no?
Oh, so the word is no? These are no's? Okay, thank you for teaching us your language.
Nose. And I have a second question. And I think there are people in here who will know the answer. Those of you who had your hands up earlier. And I actually see, here on the fourth row. Okay, alpacas come in, they're not like our children. Some of them are more special to us than others. These are just kind of normal ones. But this is a special one. It's bigger. You can see that. It also has this colorful scarf. Does anyone recognize this scarf? Yes. What does it look like to you? Does it look like the flag of a certain nation? With a certain capital city? That we see in the fourth row? Yes, this is a Havana alpaca. And for those of you who weren't with us last year, you'll just have to learn.
They're very front heavy. I have a tip. Whenever I want to balance an alpaca, I look towards ancient Egypt. Because if you want to balance an alpaca, you have to put its front legs forward like this, and then its back legs tuck it in, so it looks like the Sphinx. Yes. It will hopefully ask you riddles now. Now, scholars, something very special about these alpacas, because they're so important to us, because they're the mascots of the World Scholars Cup, we give them something that your parents give to you because you're all special. That's a name. And the name, we give each alpaca a different name because they're all different in the inside. What is this alpaca's name? Does anyone know? Oh, yes, it is Jerry. Great guess. Can you all say hello, Jerry?
What is alpaca's name?
Wow. Okay, can you all say hello to Jerry? Hello, Jerry. And does anyone know this alpaca's name? Jerry. Wow, you're really good guessers. Yes, they're all called Jerry, bar one exception. So can you say hellos, Jerry's?
Hello, Jerry.
Hashtag grammar. Scholars, the reason why we, an academic program, have this colorful mascot is because we believe in taking learning very seriously. But we do not believe in taking ourselves too seriously. And you certainly won't see any of us taking ourselves too seriously. Or the alpacas. Scholars, this is exactly what I mean. Scholars, if you find yourself taking yourself too seriously over the course of this event, perhaps there was a debate you thought that you would win, but you ended up losing, lollipopping. Or perhaps a question which just confused you completely. Or maybe a friend that you thought you could make that ran away. Aww. Scholars, if you are taking yourself too seriously, or if you are feeling mad, or bad, or sad, then you should come up, not now, because that would cause something called a stampede, but later, and hug an alpaca. Because, whether you're 8 years old, 18 years old, or indeed, 81 years old, it is impossible, physically impossible, to take yourself too seriously when you look like this. Scholars, we don't want you to take yourself too seriously. We believe the cure is hugging an alpaca. But please do not hug the alpaca too seriously. You see, a couple of years ago, a very tragic incident happened. I'm sure Jeremy remembers this. It weighs on all of our hearts. You see, a scholar took our instructions too seriously. He came up and he hugged an alpaca that was very important and special to us. And then he put one foot in front of the other and he started walking and walking, and he continued walking until he completed his Fitbit goal for the day, I assume. And he kept walking until it was out of our sight. This is called kidnapping. This was in Dubai a couple of years ago. We never saw that alpaca again. We hope that this alpaca is smoking shisha on the shores of Abu Dhabi, but we cannot be sure.
Jerry 1.0, may he rest.
Rest in peace. Yes.
Yeah.
Scholars, because of this tragic incident, because we never want to see that happen again, we have made a very important change to all the new alpacas. We have gotten an expert team of alpaca surgeons. Veterinarians, I suppose. And we've opened them up with anesthetic, and inside we have placed something called a GPS tracker. So, if you come up and hug Jerry and walk away, we will find you. And we will not hug you. But you shouldn't be too worried. Why should they not be too worried?
Because we are a non-violent program.
You got it, scholars. So, I've actually left one thing out. And that is, not actually every alpaca here is called Jerry. There's one alpaca with a different name. Its name comes from an American candy. An American health food called Skittles. And the reason that it's called Skittles is because it looks like it.
Looks good on you, Timmy.
Thanks. I can't see, but I'm just gonna wear it with confidence. So, scholars, it is named after the Skittles, but this one is a little bit different. Because it has another American health food on its head. An ice cream cone.
You ruined my picture.
Sure.
I was
I'll
going
put
to
it back
get
on.
a great picture.
And scholars, does anyone know what the catchphrase of Skittles is? Correct, taste the rainbow. Please do not taste this rainbow. It tastes like suitcase. Scholars, there's one last thing that you should learn about the alpacas. And that is, first of all, I know a lot of you are bilingual. Put your hand up if you're bilingual. Ah, very impressive. Who here is trilingual? Ooh! Is anyone here more than trilingual? Wow! Scholars, today we are going to teach you a new language so that you can tell your parents that you are now polyglots. That language is called alpacalese.
Alpacalese?
Alpacalese.
Like Pekingese?
Yes.
Alpacalese. Okay.
Alpacalese. So scholars, I'm afraid to say that alpacalese is a very complicated language to learn. You see, it has over 1.5 words. Actually, it just has 1.5 words. The first word is the word that an alpaca says when it's happy. That's right, it is pwa. Can you all pwa again? If I close my eyes, I cannot tell the difference between these alpacas and these alpacas. Can we all pwa again? Yes, you definitely sound like a herd of alpacas. Good job. Scholars, but given that you're going to be writing later, you should not only learn how to speak alpacalese, but how to spell. How do you spell pwa?
I am told the very official Webster spelling is P-W-A-A.
That's right. 2 A's, just like battery type, okay? Remember. Scholars, if you have too many A's, then the alpaca would run out of breath. And you'll experience something that economists call diminishing returns. If you have too few A's, if you only have 1 A, then there's only 1 letter difference between pwa and the other word of alpacalese, which is the word it says when it is angry. Pwa. Can you all say pwa? Pwa. Now please have the courtesy to wipe the spit off of the scholar and chair in front of you. This is called polishing. It is a fantastic way of saving water during a drought. Now, scholars, you're familiar with both the whole full language of alpacalese. You can go and tell your parents you've learned a new language. We would like to get to know you over the course of these 2 days. And we believe the best way to get that process started is by introducing ourselves. So Jeremy, would you like to start by introducing yourself to the scholars?
I sure will. Thank you, Timothy. And first, I would like to give tremendous thanks to our host here at VAS for welcoming us here for the very first time and giving us a fantastic home for the round. Clyde, your staff, done a tremendous job. Thank you. It's especially important to me. I appreciate it especially because I was here in Ho Chi Minh City for the first ever World Scholars Cup event back in 2015. And I've been fortunate enough to be at every World Scholars Cup event in Vietnam ever since. It's my favorite place in the WSC universe, and I just can't wait to spend another one with you. Back then we had, for those of you, was anybody here at that first round in 2015? Really? Yeah. No. But way back. Back then we had 45 students over at Ishmik for the very first time the World Scholars Cup came to Vietnam. This year we'll have over 2,000 across Ho Chi Minh City or almost 2,000, Hanoi and Da Nang. Not only do we have a tremendous community of enthusiastic scholars from here, but the success that you all have had in our program is unparalleled. We've had global round and tournament of champions here in Vietnam. So we are incredibly excited to spend these days with you and to watch all the wonderful things we know you will accomplish. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I'm from Texas in the USA, which is enough to know about me. My favorite thing that they talk about in WSC, I have a favorite food. Now, I love the pho here, it's wonderful, but my favorite food is a burger, a hamburger. So if you all know of any really good places in Ho Chi Minh City that I should go to eat a hamburger,
McDonald's.
let me know later.
Burger King.
McDonald's, you say? Maybe they've improved their quality. So do come up and talk to me over the course of the days. I'd love to get to know you all. That's a little about me, Timothy.
Thank you for that, Jeremy. And you know what? Can we give it up for Jeremy? All the work that he's done in bringing World Scholars Cup to Vietnam. My name is Timothy, or at least that's what it says on my passport, because no one actually calls me that anymore. Instead I have something that you may have been given, and you may have given to your friends. A nickname. Actually, not just one nickname. Several. Too many, in fact. My first nickname was given to me by the founder of our program, Daniel Berdichevsky, also known as the Alpaca-in-Chief, when he first met me. And that is Tim Tams. Can anyone guess why my nickname might be Tim Tams? Yes?
Because you're from Australia!
Bingo!
Yay!
Good one, mate.
Thank you.
Scholars, I like the chocolate biscuit. Who knows what a Tim Tam is, by the way? For those of you that don't know, the Tim Tam is like an Oreo or Kit Kat, except it comes from Australia. And like the Tim Tam chocolate biscuit, I too hail from the mysterious country of Australia. And I too am presumably also very sweet on the inside. Please do not eat me. It would be very painful. Scholars, do not eat the rainbow either. I have another nickname. It was not given to me by Daniel. Instead, it's been something that I've been called my whole life. It's strange because people, scholars from all over the world, from different countries, from different backgrounds, who speak different native languages, the instant they meet me, they call me the same thing. Not Timothy, that's for sure. They call me by the name of a character from a very popular series of books
Ronald Weasley!
about witchcraft and wizardry. That's right. They call me Harry Potter. And they've called me that. People have called me Harry Potter ever since my first day of school. People wouldn't come up and say, "Hi, my name's Joe. What's your name?" No. They would say, "Hi, my name's Joe. Nice to meet you, Harry Potter." And I was okay with that because A, it made Halloween costumes very, very easy every year. And B, by calling me Harry Potter, I assumed that people were making a comparison between my appearance and that of the strapping, talented, devilishly handsome and charming young actor named Daniel Radcliffe who plays Harry Potter in the films. However, I later realized that the more likely possibility was that the true answer resided upon my face the whole time. In my round glasses. And that was a very tragic realization because I've always been very self-conscious about my glasses and I always liked Daniel Radcliffe. I wanted to be like him, but it did get me thinking, perhaps if wearing these glasses can make people think that I'm a wizard, then if I wear a different pair of glasses, people will think that I'm a whole different person. Will you help me test this theory scientifically, scholars? Hypothesis. Different glasses equals different person. We have our test group here. Let us do the experiment. Are we ready? Okay, I theorize that if I wear this pair of glasses, my calculations show that I ought to be confused not with Harry Potter, but with Harry Styles. Scholars, did it work? Hands up if you think it worked. Make some noise if you yurt. I think this is a scientific poll. Noise. Scholars, thank you. But I'm not going to wear these because it makes me look a little bit strange. Because we are indoors. Scholars, I've also been confused for a few other people. For example, I've been confused not for Harry Styles, but for a different musician. Can anyone guess? How? I don't understand. Why do people think I look like a Sheeran? I do not have red hair. Scholars, maybe I could understand. Okay, first of all, hands up who thinks I don't look like a Sheeran. Okay. Are you convinced now? Yes. I also been confused with someone called Newt Scamander. But that's a bit about me. I'm the guy with too many nicknames and too many pairs of glasses. You can call me Tin Tans, you can call me Harry Potter, you can call me basically anything you like, and if it's weird enough, I'll know you're talking about me. So, that's a little bit about me. We told about the alpacas. Now we'd like to talk a little bit about the journey ahead, because this is not the end of the journey, scholars. This is only the beginning. We are, of course, here in the beautiful city of Ho Chi Minh City. City. Scholars, if you do well here, in the city of Ho Chi Minh City, then you'll get to go to a different city. In fact, you'll get to choose to go to one of 6 different cities. Call it Global Round. Who wants to know where the global rounds are this year?
Go to the website.
The first global round will take place in a very reclusive country. Many people don't know about it. It's off the beaten path, low population, very clean environment. Beijing, in China. Scholars, in Beijing, you will get the chance to visit the Great Wall of China. You might also go and visit the Forbidden City, which is open to tourists, despite its name. And you might even encounter one of these creatures, a panda. Scholars, if you encounter a panda, please do not hug it and walk away. This is also kidnapping, but the panda is an endangered species, so it will be more problematic. Scholars, if you would like to go to the global round in Beijing, can you make the sound of someone trying to breathe in Beijing? I see some of you holding your breath. That strategy will only work until you run out of breath, I'm afraid. Scholars, the next global round will take us west to the steppes of Central Asia, to the capital city of Kazakhstan, Astana. Now, Astana is the second coldest capital city in the world. Scholars, many of you, this will be the first time you experience the phenomenon known as cold. Make sure you buy something called a jacket. Scholars, in Astana, you will find something that Kazakhs are very famous for. They're called yurts. Yurt is not a hip abbreviation for yogurt. Yurt is a type of tent that people live in. It is used by nomadic peoples because it can be packed up and moved. It is like the medieval version of a caravan. Scholars, however, Kazakhstan has modernized a lot, so nowadays they're yurts. Some of them are 3 stories tall, with glass windows. In fact, you might go and see a yurt, which is a shopping mall. And inside this 3-story glass-covered yurt shopping mall, you know what there is? In the coldest capital, one of the coldest capital cities in the world, in a landlocked country, there is an indoor surfing area. That's right, you can surf inside a yurt. That's right. Scholars, if you want to go to the Astana global round, can you make a look of astonishment? Scholars, I lie, because Astana recently changed its name to Nur Sultan. So if you want to go to the Nur Sultan global round, Can you make a look of Nursultanment? Ah, now you look astonished. Scholars, the next little round will take us to Europe, to the country of the Netherlands, to the cities of The Hague, Amsterdam, and Rotterdam. The Hague is known all around the world for its diplomatic institutions that work tirelessly to create international peace. Amsterdam is known for a great many things. We will not talk about any of those things. And Rotterdam is simply not known. Poor Rotterdam. Scholars, if you would like to travel to the Glorona Netherlands, if you would like to go to The Hague, can you make a sign of peace? Scholars, the next go round takes us to a country that is close to my heart. It takes us to the city of Sydney, Australia.
Sydney.
Now, in Sydney, you will also get the chance to surf, but this time not inside yurt. Instead, on Bondi Beach. And scholars, you can take your alpacas to surf with you. Just make sure they do not fall into the ocean, because then you'll have to go alpaca fishing later. Scholars, you might also go in Pois Opera at the Sydney Opera House. And you might go and buy some Tim Tams and eat them. But please do not eat this one. Scholars, if you are excited to go to Sydney for the Sydney Global Round, can you make the sound